After 3 fish-filled days on Louisiana's Lardo Lake with Honeybreak Lodge, Chad Hoover's getting ready to head to the coast for some redfish action when Honeybreak General Manager Drew Keith told Chad about another private bass-filled lake that they manage. Deciding it was too good an opportunity to pass up, Chad and fellow Wilderness Systems pro angler Adam Harbuck headed to the lake first thing in the morning. Waiting for them was Honeybreak's head guide, Blake Swallow.
So we slipped in this morning, right in the middle of a gorgeous sunrise. Nice mist rising off the water. It was a cooler night than normal. The bass haven't exactly cranked up yet, but it's a new moon, so the feeding time's a little later in the morning. A lot of shad and baitfish activity in this lake. Blake's actually just hooked up with the first fish of the day, so we're gonna head back here, fish this creek mouth, and see if we can't drag a hog out of one of Honeybreak's properties that's managed for trophy fish. Nice.
She liked my words, I sing my song. She laughed every time I cursed the phone. She knew to leave well enough alone, and I miss her.
The lake we're fishing in today is about 160 acres, 170 acres. What it was an old creek channel that ran through here, and they dammed it up, and the lake was formed. So we have some scattered cypress trees. Got a lot of flats. Water averages about 8 feet deep. And there's some 12, 14 foot water in the old channel. Got a great population of native and Florida strain bass. A really good population of white perch, crappie. So there's a lot of forage for the fish to get big.
Here's a gator trail.
There's one.
She's better off on down the road, and I'm better off all alone. Breaks my heart, don't tell no one I miss her.
Noticing this morning, even the fish that we're catching are barely hooked. And when we catch them, they're not fighting very hard. They're very lethargic this morning. The water temperature, the water fell about 15 degrees last night, 12, 15 degrees. Maybe they're just in that transition right now, but nice thick fish. Just not biting real good this morning.
Well, Blake, thanks for coming out here and getting us started. Looks like the bite's gonna get going a little bit later in the morning. You got to head back over to the lodge and get some duck blinds moved to get ready for the primary focus for Honeybreak. But it's new moon, so the bite's supposed to be later.
Right.
So everything's working out like it's supposed to. I'm gonna snap a few pictures with the cell phone and show you the hog we catch in a little bit.
Welcome back to Wilderness Systems Kayak Bassin. This week, Chad Hoover's with fellow Wildy pro angler Adam Harbuck, hunting bass on one of Honeybreak Lodge's private lakes near Jonesville, Louisiana.
Well, boys, they call this the gauntlet, so it should be on. That dude must have read the script. Man, they are chrome.
Secret weapon.
It's a little chunk. He just said goodbye.
Fish on. Oh, now we're talking.
There you go.
It's that fish you just rolled right over, Chad.
That's because I'm looking for his grandma. Fish on. Ooh, feels like a good one. Come on, stay pinned. This feels like a better fish. Oh yeah, pulling. Get over here and let's make your appearance on Kayak Bassin TV. Oh, man, look at these fish. Oh, this fish is not that big. Probably just over 2 pounds and pulling like a freight train. They are flat hammering that secret weapon spinnerbait though. Look at that guy. Wow. Pretty chrome almost. Chrome green. All right, so let me take a second to show you the spinnerbait that we're using. The cool thing about these secret weapon baits is the blades are detachable. In other words, I can pop that blade off and I can pop it back on. I can add a Colorado or take a Colorado off. Now, I was fishing it without the Colorado for most of the morning and just noticed that the fish were half-heartedly hitting it. So I added that Colorado to increase the drag, make it go a little slower, stay in the strike zone a little longer, and we got really dirty water so it kicks off a little bit more thump. Made sure I put on a trailer hook. And because these shad in here are almost translucent clear with a little bit of black fleck in them for whatever reason, I went to a skirt that matched that as close as I could. They're about 3.5 inches, so I went for that profile. And because we're fishing this really stained water, I went with a dark top to the bait's head so that it would silhouette in this darker water really well. Adding that Colorado blade to the top, tone down the arc of the spin a little bit, allowed me to fish it a little bit slower, stay in the strike zone a little bit longer, and we're starting to pick fish up on that. So we're gonna stick with that until we need to make another adjustment.
What a wake.
Well guys, I don't know what I got. I cast up into a shallow pocket and set the hook, but whatever it is, I haven't been able to turn twice. When I pull on it, it takes back everything I give it and then some. So I might have foul hooked a carp, or there could have been a big catfish laying in there, or worst case scenario, it could be a little gator. This nice line scene. Taking me out deep. And there goes the drag. We're getting close to seeing something. Here's the boils. Oh. Fish. Ooh, this is a good one. Hey guys, I'll tell you what, I love fishing this part of the country. Jonesville, Louisiana, or as we refer to it around here, Louisiana, is my hometown. And the folks at Honeybreak have been amazing. But I've been checking the Scoutlook weather outlook regularly, and it looks like the weather down south is starting to head this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up our gear and try to pass that front. We waited it out here. We're gonna head to the coast for some, what they call red hot October redfish action. So we'll be right back with more kayak bass fishing action from the Gulf Coast of Louisiana.
Welcome back to Wilderness Systems Kayak Bassin. After a few great days of bass and crappie fishing at Honeybreak Lodge, Chad has made the move to Saltgrass Outdoors Lodge in Venice, Louisiana, where he's hooked up with the lodge's head guide, Isaac Schmidt, and Jason Austin of Heroes on the Water. Together, the guys are on the hunt for some of the big redfish that roam the area.
And we're off. All right guys, here we are, South Louisiana, Venice to be specific. We are in some really skinny water. The tide's just topped out and starting to fall. We're gonna work our way back up some of these really small creeks that boats can't get to and the kayaks to chase some of these monster redfish in skinny water. I'm here with Captain Isaac Schmidt from Saltgrass Outdoors, and I'm very fortunate to have SFC retired fellow veteran U.S. Army Jason Austin from Heroes on the Water here to share this experience. I'll tell you what, second cast, I caught a little 18, 19-inch redfish before the other guys even got out of the boat. I think we're in for some great action, so let's go get some of these skinny water redfish. There we go. Oh, fish on. Redfish, spot tail bass is what we're gonna call them today.
Got a little color on his tail there.
Yeah, that blue.
Yeah,
Pretty
means they're
color.
feeding.
Pretty color.
It's always a good sign you see that. There we go.
Good way to start.
You almost knocked my pole out. Oh, that's a goodie. Beautiful fish. Welcome to Venice, Louisiana.
I am blessed with the opportunity to come fish at lodges and go to some cool places where we get to mothership back to some of these remote locations. Now, if you don't have access to that, or if you choose to do everything, you're more of a soloist and you want to be able to do everything unassisted, there's a cool product that I use, and I use it on a regular basis to get to these places that you can't get to by simply paddling. And that's the 403 ultralight kayak motor from Torqeedo. You know what, I'm not using it today, but for the most part, if I'm trying to learn a new area, if I'm trying to get into places that no one can get, especially other kayak anglers, or if I'm just trying to cover a lot of water and figure out a pattern more quickly, I have always got the 403 ultralight kayak motor on the back of my kayak. I'll tell you what, it's not a matter of being lazy or not wanting to paddle, it's simply a way to extend your range. This system has a GPS integrated into the battery that tells you your range, your speed, and your percentage of remaining charge by calculating those two factors. Now, the other thing that's cool about this system is it's completely waterproof, submersible, and the entire unit weighs 15.3 pounds. So if you're looking to extend your range and get out and catch more fish, find more places to catch those fish, check out the 403 ultralight kayak motor.
Well, Katrina, everybody knows that was the worst natural disaster to hit the U.S. and it hit us direct on. We were just completely devastated. I could not get to where my house was till 26 days after the storm. It took that long for all of our pumping stations to pump the water out. And your house, whatever you had there, your cars, whatever you left was gone. I have no idea where it went. It hit us hard, but down in Louisiana, you're not gonna take us out. This is where we wanna live, this is where we love to live. It's a different culture down here. Saltgrass, originally it was a private residence, and my dad and my Uncle Mike wanted to buy the place and turn it into a lodge. We actually got lucky, I guess, in a way with Katrina, because the house got completely devastated. And the people that was there, he was in a process. He did not want to leave. This is where his house was, but she wanted to move closer to her kids. And that was the best thing to happen. There we go. Best thing to happen to us, because now we have the lodge. And of course I'm biased, but I think we have the most beautiful lodge down here. I knew he'd come eventually. Oh, look at that tail.
So Jason's hooked up. We actually pull up to the boat. We're gonna do a little quick lunch and we hear, oh yeah, coming from the bushes, and Jason is hooked up. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, while Jason wrestles with that stingray to get back his jig head, we're gonna take a commercial break and we'll be right back with more South Louisiana spot tail bass fishing. That's a nasty looking critter. Don't pull a Steve Irwin. Do y'all get a lot of the ducks flying in like the V formation?
Yeah, a good bit of them.
Hold on a second, I got a fish right here. With those fish, with those ducks flying in those V formations, you get a lot of them where one side's way longer than the other?
Yeah.
You know why that is?
I have no idea what that is.
It's because there's more ducks on that side.
He's a funny guy, isn't he?
Fish on.
Whiskey is the boiling, yeah, times are getting told. Better watch where you're jumping, girl. Better watch where you dive in.
There's a runner right at the boat.
That water line on the water wheel turn red. Don't you feel me in your...
Look at that tail.
Chad, you know what those spots are for, huh?
The false eye?
That's how many times they've been caught.
So I need to put another one on it? Look at that tail. Just electric blue.
Nice fish here. Where you going, buddy?
I keep on running, but these cities stay the same.
Beautiful fish.
No one knows the problem, no one is to blame. My shoes, they're wearing thin, I'm left holding everything or something that's
That's
got
a perfect eating size right there.
Don't you feel me in your eyes?
Healthy fish, healthy release.
Okay, let me take a second and tell you about some of the gear that was absolutely essential for this trip. First off, my kayak. The kayak I'm in today is the Wilderness Systems Ride 135. And the reason that I chose this particular boat is because this is the Hook 1 exclusive lime color. That color is the brightest color that is offered by Wilderness Systems, and it's exclusive to Hook 1. The reason that I chose that is we're in an area with a lot of boat traffic and we're fishing pretty close to the weekend. So I figured tight quarters, lots of boat traffic, best to be seen out on the water. Add to my visibility system is the Visicarbon Pro from Yak Attack. Throw that flag up and it sticks up a little bit above the grass to keep those boats from meeting you in a corner. Now, it was super windy here. In fact, it was so windy that without one piece of gear, and that's my Yak Attack parking pole, we probably wouldn't have been able to fish. I had a parking pole for everybody in the group, and this parking pole spent more time stuck in the mud than it did in the holder. So we got out here, we found great fish early on. The wind picked up, the weather rolled in, and after that it was a matter of going places, trying to get protected, sticking this parking pole either through the anchor trolley or through the scupper, holding yourself in position, making a presentation, and we caught tons of fish doing it. You know, one of the great things about coming to the state of Louisiana is just the sheer diversity of the things that you can do in the outdoors. You know, within a couple of hours of each other, we've gotten into some great bass fishing, some unbelievable crappie fishing, and now we're down here just wearing the redfish out. So, you know, if you're looking to go somewhere where there's a lot of diversity, be able to do a lot of things without spending a lot of time on the road, find out about the opportunities that exist in the state of Louisiana. So absolutely the sportsman's paradise. You gotta come down here and get in on some of the action. Hey guys, thanks for joining us this week. I gotta thank Captain Ike Schmidt from saltgrassoutdoors.com. Jason and I gotta get to the Bayou Coast Kayak Fishing Club Fall and Tides Tournament. We'll see you next week. All right, hit it, Ike. You know what? Whether you're new to kayak fishing or you're looking to give kayak fishing a try, visit Hook One at kayakfishinggear.com for the latest in kayak fishing accessories, kayaks, and you know what? If you don't see something that you like, give us a call and we'll make sure we add it. Wow, nice fish.